Once upon a time, in a big, beautiful mansion, on a hill there lived a boy named Vincent. Vincent had everything a child could ever dream of. Rooms filled with toys, the nicest clothes, and all the latest gadgets. His parents were very rich, and they gave him anything he wanted. But they were so busy with their own lives that they didn't spend much time with Vincent. They thought that as long as he had lots of toys, he would be happy. Vincent quickly learned that if he pouted or cried, he could get whatever he wanted. If he didn't like his dinner, the chef would cook him something else. If he got bored with a toy, a new one would appear the next day. As he grew older, his demands got bigger, and nobody ever told him no. The servants in the mansion tiptoed around him, scared of his temper, and his parents always gave in to his wishes. By the time Vincent was a teenager, he had no friends. He didn't care about anyone but himself and used people to get what he wanted. At school, he bullied other kids into doing his homework and bribed them with money. His teachers couldn't do much because his parents would rush in and demand special treatment for him. But even with all his riches, Vincent wasn't happy. He didn't know how to care for others, and no one truly cared for him. He felt a big emptiness inside, but he thought if he just got more toys, more gadgets, more everything, he would finally feel better. As he got older, Vincent threw fancy parties and bought expensive cars, but none of it made him happy. The parties were empty, and the cars brought him no joy. His life felt like a series of hollow pursuits, leaving him more and more unhappy. Years passed, and Vincent's parents grew old. On their deathbeds, they realized they had made a big mistake. They had given Vincent everything except what he really needed: love, guidance, and the chance to learn how to live a meaningful life. When they passed away, Vincent was left all alone in the big mansion, now an old man with no one by his side. Without his parents, Vincent's life fell apart. He didn't know how to manage his money, and soon he was in debt. The once grand mansion began to crumble just like his life. The rooms became dark and dusty, just like his lonely heart. As the years went by, Vincent became a lonely old man wandering through the empty halls of his mansion. He remembered when he had everything he wanted, but those memories were sad because he realized he had wasted his life. He had no friends, no family, and no purpose. The wealth that once made him special was gone, and he was left with nothing but regret. One cold winter night, as he sat alone in the dark dining hall, Vincent looked out at the snow falling outside. For the first time, he understood that all his riches had never made him truly happy. He had spent his whole life taking from others, but never giving back. Now, at the end of his life, he realized it was too late to change. Vincent passed away alone in his empty mansion, a sad ending to a life that could have been so much more. His grand home was sold to pay off his debts, and the world moved on, forgetting about the lonely beau who had everything but ended up with nothing. The mansion was eventually torn down, and in its place a beautiful park was built where children played and laughed. The joy in the park was the joy that had been missing from Vincent's life. And so his story became a lesson for everyone, a reminder that true happiness comes not from riches, but from love, kindness, and the joy of being with others. And as the seasons changed, Vincent's story faded into legend, a tale whispered among the trees in the park. The children who played there sometimes heard the story of the lonely beau and learned the lesson that Vincent never did, that life's true treasures are found in love, friendship, and the simple joys of sharing with others. The story of Vincent conveys several moral values. Material wealth cannot buy happiness. Vincent had everything money could buy, but none of it made him truly happy. The story teaches that real happiness comes from meaningful relationships, love, and kindness, not from material possessions. The importance of love and guidance. Vincent's parents gave him everything except love, attention, and proper guidance. The story shows that children need more than just material things. They need love, discipline, and support to grow into fulfilled, happy adults. Consequences of selfishness. Vincent's selfish behavior led to a life of loneliness and regret. The story emphasizes that a life lived only for oneself without caring for others ultimately leads to emptiness and sorrow. The value of friendship and kindness. The story illustrates that true wealth lies in the friendships we build and the kindness we show to others. These are the treasures that bring lasting happiness.